Hi, I'm Sophia Hewitt. I'm a senior at Seahome, and I'm here to answer some questions about culture and diversity. So, my first one is, what is culture? This is a very hard question. I believe that culture is a learned set of behaviors and patterns by a specific group, whether that includes what food they eat, what kind of way they celebrate birthdays, or if they celebrate birthdays. I think that religion is often a big part in culture, and I think there's a lot of them. So then, my second question is, why is culture so important? And I think culture is so important because it's what makes us who we are, and it can really grounds us to our family and our environment and our communities. Um, so what is cultural diversity? Cultural diversity to me means being open minded to other people's culture and being respectful of it. It doesn't necessarily mean taking part in someone else's culture as much as just having an open mindset towards it, being accepting, respecting it, and learning, because ultimately, culture, we can learn a lot from it as to how we empathize with others and how we see other people. Um, so, how to support cultural diversity? Like I said, I would just think of being open minded and caring and letting people of different cultures know that you're interested in their culture and wanting to respect it. So, my next question is, do you think cultural diversity is important today? And I would say yes, it is very important today. It is one of the most important things because right now in our country, there's a lot of separation between people and a lack of communication. And I think a lot of it comes from not understanding one another. And our ability to understand one another stems from our ability to understand their circumstances and where they come from. And a lot of that has to do with culture. If we can respect people's culture and understand it and support the differences, we can have more communication and we can move forward. Um, what about America? Do you think cultural diversity is accepted? I think this is a very difficult question. I think a lot of people in America do support cultural diversity, especially cultures that are more familiar to their own. For example, most people here are of European descent, so we have an easier time accepting European cultures, whereas some other cultures, such as a Middle Eastern culture may be more foreign to us, so we don't know how to relate to it as well, and we can offend people. Um, how can it help to overcome prejudices? I think the easiest way to overcome prejudices is to hear that they are there and listen and keep an open mind. Personally, I like to immerse myself in other cultures so that I can understand where they come from and what's the best way that I can help and make them feel more accepted in settings like this school. So I think to overcome prejudices, we just have to be aware that they are there and that we do need to work through them. And my last question, diversity is the one true thing we have in common. Do you agree with that? I would say that yes, it is a very big part of what we have in common. We are all different. It's kind of what makes us special. Without cultural diversity, we wouldn't really be able to see the world in the great way that we see it. It's a big part of why this country is so great. And I think it's a big way as we can, like, for us to move forward, not only as a school, community, state, country, but as a global setting. If we work together and we see that we are all different and we do have different opinions and ideas, then we can really move forward, listen to each other, grow off each other. And I think it's a big part of becoming a more powerful community. Thank you. I don't know what this is. Are you sure you want to switch cameras?
No, don't switch.
Don't switch. Oh, it kept
Oh,
going.
it's